The YSL RICO trial is transitioning into a new phase of arguments. This will feature rappers in the industry like YFN Lucci, Gunna, and sadly Lil Baby. Starting out in May 2022, Young Thug alongside Gunna and several YSL members were arrested on RICO. However, within 2 weeks, Young Thug and Lil Baby's best friend Gunna would end up snitching out of the case, accepting a plea deal inside of the courtroom.
YSL is a music label and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes.
Yes, we have.
You were present when law enforcement officers stopped the vehicle in which you were present along with Jeffrey Williams, and a firearm were recovered. These items did not belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Then, only 1 day after Gunna snitched, it would then be reported by DJ Academics that Lil Baby as well as members of 4PF are now next on the Atlanta DA's RICO list. The exact same list that YSL and Young Thug were on, meaning that Lil Baby is next.
An in-depth investigation. Recent months you've had 2 high-profile racketeering cases. There are going to be more.
Over the next 60 days, you'll see 2 more.
As DJ Academics would even confirm this, showing the evidence file of 4PF on the literal court document while confirming it on a stream that it is a rap group with a 3-letter name.
I've heard 2 of them. Like, I've heard the 2 of them. They're like, yo, these are going first, then these are going first. I've heard the names. And I don't know if I should say it. Again, I got nothing to do with no investigation for nothing, whatever, but these are top rappers. Well, one's a top rapper. The other one, matter of fact, I'll do the segment without saying the name. I'll just say this. I believe you know who the obvious name is. They're in Atlanta. They go by three letters. They've been popping. One of the top, I would say, 3 rappers in the game.
As sources near the YSL case now believe that Lil Baby is about to lose his life to the court system, as the next topic in the YSL RICO trial is street teams that are connected to YSL. Even Lil Baby knows that he's gonna be arrested and brought into the case, as on his song 350, he raps the lyrics, "Ain't never said nothing about it, boy you know you a rat," which has gone viral on social media, showing that Lil Baby is angry at the situation of being brought up due to Gunna's plea deal. Those lyrics, however, would rub Young Thug's father the wrong way, as he would go on to tell Lil Baby to be quiet.
How do you feel about Lil Baby throwing at Gunna for his plea deal? For his plea?
He need to shut the fuck up, cause he don't know what's going on. You know, he's going off of what he heard. Ask Lil Baby, have he ever came to a court date?
Oh, okay.
See, that's what I want y'all to ask these damn rappers and these bloggers with this whole snitch shit and this. When have y'all went to a court date to support Slime, to support Jeffrey, to support Thug, however you want to name it? Go on their social media pages and say, why in the haven't you been at the courthouse to support your dude? And I guarantee you won't get an answer.
However, Young Thug's father wouldn't end here. He would go on to reveal this about Gunna.
Courtney said, how do you feel about Gunna?
I love Gunna.
See, that's the thing. People don't understand the relationship. They got this thing saying that Gunna is a rat and he's done this and done that.
But see, let me try to help the attorney clarify that a little simpler. Gunna hasn't done anything whatsoever that can hurt us on this case. Period.
As Thug's father stated that Gunna's plea deal didn't affect Young Thug and Lil Baby, but rappers had other opinions, as 6ix9ine would even hop on a Clubhouse call with Wack 100 explaining that Lil Baby and Young Thug are now in a terrible situation because of what their ex-best friend did by accepting a plea deal.
So me pleading guilty is only making it worse for my man. I'm saying I was there. Yes, I did it. I plead guilty. I am guilty. I am guilty. Anything you said in that courtroom is going to be used against your man, my man. That is over.
Even just a week after that call, he would then meet up with DJ Academics to share even more thoughts on Gunna snitching on them.
He just implicated YSL being so now home, right? All the people who's locked up, like Jeffrey, like Young Thug, Now he can't go with that defense. He can't go with the defense of saying I'm a record label.
As rappers know that Lil Baby and Young Thug's life is now in a terrible spot due to Gunna. Even NBA Youngboy would share,
"Don't call me asking me about what I think about the situation or do I think need to. I honestly don't give not one. I ain't got nothing to do with that."
As the current state of the YSL RICO trial is not going to make it any better, lawyers noted that this is the most corrupt case that they have ever seen. It would even be announced, judge has ruled on attorney Max's motion for a fair trial, saying that she is sending the entire prosecution team to Brady training, leading into a lawyer saying this is another embarrassment for the YSL trial prosecutors today.
But make sure before it shows up on a screen with a jury that whatever limits have been placed on this, you abide by them. I mean, I saw the slide from the opening that had something on it that had been specifically talked about and ruled that you had better not in any way put that before the jury. And lo and behold, it's up there on the screen. I'm not going to get back into it, but that should not happen again. If you know that comments aren't supposed to be on here, you need to make sure before you throw any slide up. And I'm not saying that this was how you were going to use it. I know you're just giving this to us right now, but just make sure everything is clean to the way that it is supposed to be. Okay. And
as this right here should be more than enough evidence that this case needs a mistrial, because in simple terms, this means the judge is sending the prosecutors to go complete a small class course with a teacher to remind them how to do their literal job. This isn't even a joke. The judge is sending prosecutors to a classroom so then a teacher can remind them what they are and are not allowed to use as evidence in a courtroom, because this is where it feels corrupt. These prosecutors have literally no idea what they're doing. However, the judge refuses to allow a mistrial, just so then Young Thug will face a prison sentence in the end. Now, these two rappers have much different charges, but it feels awfully similar to what Boosie said about YNW Melly, as Melly was granted a mistrial and still wasn't even granted a bond. Young Thug's prosecutors have no idea what they're doing, and the case has gone through 3 judges now.
When they want you, they want you. I knew they wanted them bad when they waited for that law to get passed. They waited all the way.
Penalty.
So it'd be 8-4.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You know, they waited all the way till that law got passed to take him to trial.
Yeah, he was in jail for what, 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah. They could have been took you to trial.
You're right.
They waited till that law got passed and took him to trial a couple months later. When they want you, man. I just don't see how he didn't get a bond after a fucking mistrial.
Yeah.
However, it gets even crazier from here, as it would be announced on late Friday, attorney Max told Judge Page that he is going to file another new motion for a fair trial. This motion comes after the attorneys found out about another ex parte meeting on June 7th.
So I recently filed while we were in court, a motion for a fair trial, seeking remedies. Oh, and I will email, it was just filed. And I will email it over.
As attorney Max is a part of Young Thug's legal team, he's bringing up an issue that the prosecutors were caught having an illegal meeting to gain evidence on Young Thug with outside sources. And the judge denied it once again. Right after that court day was over, it was denied by the judge, making Max and his partners come to the following day screaming inside of this courtroom as the judge refuses to allow a mistrial.
Well, you know, the problem, Your Honor, is that since this was an ex parte meeting that should probably have never taken place, you were not there, I was not there, my fellow outside agitators weren't there, we don't have a video of it, so I have no idea specifically if that was not referred to us. We don't know, do we? We don't know. And what I do know is that I have been arguing with people for 18 months that Chief Judge Glanville was doing his best, that he was trying to rule to the best of his ability based on the evidence and the law before him, and now I have been made to look like an idiot. So I do not believe that this trial should continue, Your Honor.
This would end up going viral on social media. Lil Baby would even react saying, "It's about time, Thug is gonna be coming home. Slime's been in the cell too long, this trial is over, and the judge is crazy." As at some point, someone needs to step in and tell this judge this case needs a mistrial. Lil Baby's hoping it, so then he doesn't even have to show up. Even 4-2 Doug would go on record to say,
"Have you been tapped into the YSL case at all, and how do you think that's been?"
I've been trying to watch a little bit.
Do you think it's being mishandled?
I think it should have been dismissed. The shit with the judge that just happened.
That just happened.
Crazy, like trying to send his lawyer to jail. From the outside looking in, it's looking like they got something against him.
The mistrial hope will happen for one specific reason, and allow me to explain. It's based on the prosecutors not doing their jobs correctly, as they are trying to lie about evidence on Young Thug, as we would see Young Thug's main lawyer call out the entire Atlanta Police Department for lying about evidence on Thug. It goes and reads, "Your Honor, as my eyes roll, I'm about to show you why I don't believe the City of Atlanta Police Department at all."
I have no recording of who Detective Lewis at the hospital, Grady Hospital, September 11, 2013, meets with Walter Murphy. And Your Honor, as my eyes roll out of my head, I'm about to show you why I do not believe the City of Atlanta Police Department at all. This is served in discovery. I will mark it Mr. Williams C and D, and then you tell me if I'm supposed to believe the allegations from the state of Georgia.
As this is where it would get heated inside of the courtroom. The judge would call out Young Thug's attorney for stating that the Atlanta police lies about its evidence, as this is a serious deal and can jeopardize Young Thug's lawyer's entire career.
Well, not conceding that? Well, I'm going to tell you that I haven't heard anything that would indicate that's truth. Yeah, well, you have a good faith basis to ask that. You haven't heard anything of who he spoke with. That's my point.
That's the point.
But you all can't. But you two, neither one of you can proffer that. Judge, it's not proper, Mr. Steele. No. Listen. It's not. It would be a violation before me for you to put that in front of this jury. In the September 17, 2000. You are saying to the court that you have a belief that there is another statement out there. There's not. How could you say that? Because it hasn't been brought up. If it gets brought up, then we'll correct it at that point in time. But right now, I'm going to direct you not to inquire that line. You don't have a basis to do so.
As the evidence that they are discussing is based around Adrian Bean, the Atlanta police are trying to use evidence against Thug that Adrian told them in 2013. However, now in 2024, Adrian says he doesn't remember giving them this evidence. The original report reads, "Keep in mind, unlike Trontavious Stevens, Adrian is not bound by a plea deal. He was a part of a 2013 crime where 4 people were involved, but 1 escaped and was never caught. They need Adrian to snitch on Young Thug on the stand like he did with the police." As Adrian did originally snitch on Young Thug in 2013. Young Thug was the one individual that committed the crime, then escaped and was never caught. However, the police lacked the evidence to prove that it was Young Thug. So now the police need Adrian to snitch because without him, they have no evidence.
After you answer the question, which you have to do.
Because I don't remember nothing that happened in 2013. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
I understand. What I have to do is ask you some questions and determine what you do and don't remember. So, what is your response as to whether or not you recognize the images shown in Defendant's Exhibit number 8?
I don't remember.
All right. And I'm going to show you Defendant's Exhibit number 81. Do you recognize what's shown there?
No, ma'am.
All right. What about number 101 for Defendant Exhibits?
You see a car, but I don't remember it.
Okay, that's fine. Is your answer the same for Defendant's Exhibit number 82, number 89, and Defendant's Exhibit 90?
Yes, ma'am.
Lots can happen within 11 years. Some sources do claim, though, that YSL members could have paid Adrian off to not snitch, but others believe that he actually did forget about the crime, as Adrian would reveal on why he forgot.
I really don't have any knowledge about 2013, ma'am. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. I don't really have any knowledge about 2013. Once I went to prison and came home from prison and done my time, everything that happened in 2013 or whatever has been put behind me and set forth, so I can working and just doing my thing since I came home from prison. I don't have no knowledge of nothing that happened 10 years ago.
As the prosecutors need him badly to snitch on Young Thug, the YSL RICO trial has been going on for 2 years, and the only evidence they have against Thug is from an investigator who would reveal that Lil Wayne has the same street affiliation as Young Thug, and that YNW Melly's team YNW could have street connection to YSL.
Same thing, the use of the slap term, 5-point star, the snake. He's saying he's YSL, he's hanging with Young Thug. And he puts up his YNW for life hashtag on it with the 5-point star as well. Mr. Demons has big B hand signs displayed.
Right, and see with individuals again, I'm assuming that's also Young Thug. That's also unknown.
Yes.
Also important to your investigation, correct?
Yes.
Also publicly available for anyone to see and capture.
And are you familiar with who this individual is?
I am.
And who is that?
It's Dwayne Carter.
Okay. And does he have another name that he goes by?
He does.
And what is that?
Lil Wayne.
And are you aware, through any of your non-trained experience, if Mr. Carter, Dwayne Carter, self-identifies as a member of?
I believe that he does.
Okay. Tell the jury if you need to stand with the stick and point to what those identifiers are within Defense Exhibit 31.
There's a large MOB across his chest, often used particularly by West Coast, but is used across the country. He has 5 red 5-point stars across his chest.